Fire engines like this have been a huge part of British history for decades, and a lot of that story comes down to one name: Dennis. This is our Dennis DS at Classic Garage, and this is a deep dive and drive through the country lanes in a 40-year-old fire engine. The DS has been part of the Classic Garage collection for around the last year or so, and it was actually originally from West Sussex, as we can see here by the crests. Now, these DS were smaller and more compact appliances with an incredibly short wheelbase and great manoeuvrability. They were ideal for smaller rural brigades such as Hertfordshire, where we are today. So at the end of this video, we'll be taking it for a drive and putting it to the test in these country lanes. As you can see, the DS is quite compact and was certainly one of the smaller appliances they ever made, especially compared to the RS, which is massive. So let's have a look in the lockers, because even though it's a small vehicle, there's plenty of kit. So when you arrive on scene, a fire, an RTC, a lift rescue, whatever it is, you need to know you've got exactly the right kit and know exactly where it belongs. Now, to help with that, on the dash in the cab, there is a printed list and it tells you what should be in every locker. So at the start of a shift and the end, you should check and ensure that you have everything you started with. And we'll begin with our generator. Now this is massive. It's powered by this small 12-volt battery here. You can connect hoses straight to it, and you can probably run some other kit off it as well. It's on these drawers here. You can pull it out, or you can remove it from the vehicle entirely, lay it out closer to the scene or job that you're working at. We then also have some health and safety gear, first aid kit as well, and then we have our general ropes and blankets, fire blankets, spillage blankets, and so on. You'll notice a recurring theme around this vehicle is fire extinguishers. We have 2 in here. We also have one right at the back, and there are several others dotted about the vehicle, just to quickly grab or even to use if there's an issue with the generator. We then move on and we have our hose reels. We have all 6 in here. We then have some spare breathing apparatus oxygen tanks. And right at the back of the vehicle, we have a fire extinguisher, a jerry can, and this hose. Now this hose means that if you're a crew in the back of the vehicle and you pull up to a job, you can jump out, go straight to this locker, and you have this hose. Now this is on a reel, as you can see, which means you can tackle a fire straight away while someone operates the pump at the rear of the vehicle. So this is much quicker than laying out hoses, which you would do later on or for a larger emergency. You might be able to see just in the distance, I had some ramblers come past and come and ask all about Dennis. So just had a nice little chat about that. Fire engines just get everyone's attention. Now here at the back of the vehicle is where the magic happens. This controls all of our pump on board and our water supply. If you look here, we have this ball and we have this tube. We can have just over 1,800 litres of water in this fire appliance, and we can bring water in or we can bring water out through all of our pumping kit here. This is controlled by a main pump in the cab by the driver and allows you to bring water in from a hydrant or to connect hose reels to it and use water at the scene of a fire. So you have all of your pump controls here. I don't know how to use them. I'm not going to pretend I know how to use them, but someone in the comments will tell me and be a bit more clued up than I am. As we move around the vehicle, we cannot forget our vital bit of equipment, which is all of our ladders. We have this huge telescopic ladder up here. We have several others stacked up there and various other tools on the roof as well. You can just release these clamps, pull this ladder off, or you can climb up the back of the vehicle onto the roof as well. Now, as we move around to this side of the vehicle, our kit is much more focused on the scene or an RTC, a road traffic collision. That's because we have all of our traffic cones here. We have another hose reel here, so mirroring the other side. We have several more hose reels here, as well as the branch to connect to a hydrant and run water from there. I will put on the screen, I will have a look how long the water would have lasted at a fire with the 1,800 litres. And then we have our helmet rack here. Don't know if that's what should be there, but that's what we use that space for. We have quite a few general fireman's tools here. We have our traffic sign, police traffic sign, and we have our traffic lights as well, and our batteries for the vehicle. So that's all the kit on board our DS. Now let's have a look at the cab and go for a drive. So let's have a look round the cab. I'm going to take you with me. First of all, this is where the crew would have been in the back. So you've got these lovely leather seats. You've got all of your breathing apparatus and kit there ready. So as you can see, you would just put your arms back, put it on, lift up, and you'd be ready for your job. And then you've got a little bit of space at the front here, and a little door pocket for some storage. Under here, we have our engine. So that's a inspection panel we can use, but the cab on this also tilts the whole way forward. So that's the back of our DS. We also have some storage under here. So we've got some jackets and spares in there at the moment. Now, let's jump in the front. Let's jump into the cab of the DS, and I'll show you around in here. So, first things first, as I said, this here is our list of kit that we should have on board in the vehicle. And we've then also got a second page to that, and there's plenty more as well. We then have our incident commander high-vis just over there, a search lamp, and just beneath that, we actually have our radio as well. Because you need to know what's going on. So that's your passenger seat, that's your visibility. And you do sit very high up, but the vision is fantastic, and the manoeuvrability, as we'll find when we take it for a spin. Now, to do that, obviously, before we go for a drive, we need to turn it on, and there is a bit of a procedure. So, first things first, this is our battery isolator. We're going to flip that on. That brings power into the vehicle from the batteries. Now, as this is a HGV, that noise is about our air, but she starts straight away. Which is the beeping, and we must wait for these air tanks to fill up to be able to release the brakes and to move away. I'm a bit concerned though, because the fuel gauge a minute ago was showing a lot more than it does now. However, she's done maybe 35,000 miles, maybe 100, maybe 435,000, who knows. But let's take her for a spin and we'll see just how well she handles in Hertfordshire's country lanes. So let's take you with us on a drive in the Dennis DS. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, the DS was designed for smaller rural areas such as Hertfordshire, which I believe had 2 appliances. And so why not take it for a drive through Hertfordshire just to show how well it copes. So the visibility is superb, being this high up obviously. We have our automatic gearbox down here, and we have plenty of power as well. Plenty when we need it. Now, obviously it would be a bit of a different story if you're heading to an emergency with 2,000 litres of water on board, 5 crew, and rushing very much so to that emergency. Blues and twos absolutely going. But you can just, I mean, we use this for shows and filming. You could just take it down to the pub. It's so easy to drive. And as you can see, we have this huge steering wheel, absolutely massive, but it's so easy, so light. And we have plenty of power when we need it most as well. Plenty. Now, as you can see, the cabin is fairly basic, but very similar to other Dennis vehicles of its age. Just trying to ensure you can hear me over the sound of that engine. So Dennis would have been used for bin lorries, skip lorries, and the Met Police even had a armoured prisoner transport one as well, which I'll have to do a video on in future if I can find some history on it. But as you can see, just so easy to drive. And very pleasant to drive actually as well. There's no air seat, I'm just on a small leather chair, but it's very, very, very easy to drive. picks up quite nice as well. She'll sit on the motorway about 55, and when you lift off at 55 like that, you can actually hear yourself think. But look at that view. This is exactly what this vehicle was designed for. Being in the countryside, the rural lanes of Hertfordshire. Obviously this vehicle was from Sussex, but look at that scenery. Just rushing to a job in a small village or town. What a time that must have been. So I'll take you down the next road. I'll tell you a little bit about why I bought this Dennis. Oh, indicators are on this side as well. Slightly takes you a few seconds to remember when you get back in from driving a car that the wipers are on this side. As you can see, visibility is great. Manoeuvrability is great. And she picks up quite nicely as well. Now, this vehicle was for sale on Facebook around a year ago, and I thought with all of its history and all of the kit preserved as it should be, I had to have it. And if you've seen any of our other videos, you'll see that we also have the 1995 Ford Transit emergency ambulance as well. So for shows and film and TV, pairing these two together works fantastically. And we do also have one other emergency vehicle which we need to do a video on soon. Let's take it back up this lane. Now I know that this lane is quite small, so we'll see just how well it copes. And as you can see, there's no touch screens or anything in here. Not even a reverse camera like you'd have in a modern appliance. But she just drives fantastically, and the view today, as grey as the sky is, it's lovely. So much fun to drive. Now one thing you'll notice, hopefully, is down here we have all of our switches, so our blue lights. In modern vehicles you'd have huge control panels and bits up here and everything, but our siren switch is not here. We don't have one. That's because it's foot operated. If you can see just down here, vehicles of this era were fitted with two-tone sirens, very iconic sound, just like that. So it's foot operated, and there's one on both sides on the footwells. Now the best thing about these fire engines is anyone can buy one. Obviously you need the correct license, but you'll see how much fun they bring people. If you're familiar with Laurie on YouTube, you'll see his Dennis, which is actually manual. So he was the worst person for me to ask for advice when mine was stuck in gear once. And after 5 minutes, he asked me, is it an automatic? And therefore he wasn't much, his vehicle couldn't yield many answers. But they're so much fun to own. You can pick one up on Facebook, eBay, auctions, anywhere. Obviously they are a HGV, so there is the maintenance and the running costs that are associated with that. But it's very much miles per gallon. I know that this bend here is a slight incline. Let's see how she copes. The visibility is fantastic. Look at that. Easy. Fantastic, so much visibility. Now, as a child, I used to watch a certain VHS almost daily, and it was called Mega Machines, a firefighters version of it. It followed firefighters through training at Bryce Norton, through hazmat training, RTC training, airport fire drills, and I was hooked on it. I used to watch it almost every day as a child. So it's probably no wonder that I own a fire engine now. I had this for about a year. I found it on Facebook, and the amount of history and all of the kit with it, exactly as it should be, was what sold it to me. And if you look on our website, classicgarage.com, you'll see that we supply vehicles for film, TV, events, weddings, and everything in between. And we already have our Ford Transit ambulance and something else in the works as well. But this pairs with that fantastically and gives us a great emergency vehicle lineup for the 80s and 90s era. So thank you very much for watching. That concludes 40-year-old Dennis DS drive through Hertfordshire. Hope you enjoyed it. Please comment below if you have anything positive to say, if you ever driven one, if you were a firefighter, if you can answer any of the questions I had about the kit, or let me know what you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see the video on the Transit ambulance, just click here and you can visit our website, classicgarage.com, to see all the vehicles we have for hire. Thank you.